Yeah, I mean, it's gonna increase sales. I mean, people want, but the thing is, they're doing this is because no one's bought houses since they've increased the interest rates. I remember when they did the one that really hit the market, that first 75 basis point increase. After, because I remember the first couple increases we got in 22. The first one kind of was like nothing really happened, but it was kind of like the shot over the bow. Crypto went down a little bit, not too bad. The second, by the time we were getting the second one, we had told people, hey, you need cash out. We're heading down. Boom, we had significantly. We tell people to sell Luna, sell this, sell that, sell Lana, sell everything, and more of these interest rates started happening. The more lower the prices started to go. But when they did that first 75 basis point increase, you saw, I mean, I got this data from like real estate here in Las Vegas, but this is pretty much around the world. People who are showing up to basically open houses reduced by 50% overnight. 50% overnight. And they only continue to go down. So back then you'd be competing against 10 people. You're competing against 2 to 3 people, maybe, in an area. Sometimes there's nobody at all. So what's going on right now is
you'll also, be like in some places, like Las Vegas, probably Texas, Florida as well. You'll be competing with corporations, right, who are going to try to wait until the lowest time in the market to buy, and then they're going to be just eating up a lot of that.
Definitely, man. And everything he said about Long Island was 100% true, by the way. He called them pirates. And dude, shout out to Tim. I'll get him on the show one day. We're definitely, man.
He'd be a fun one.
Fake business, Charlie. All the fake business. But so we're just it's interesting sort of space. So look, everything I'm saying right now is pretty fucking negative, right? It's like, wow, look at all this stuff. Real estate's going down. This went down. Crypto went to shit. The exchanges went down, but yet crypto persists, and we bottomed already.
And we had the New York Financial Services superintendent basically say straight to the face of Congress and everybody that the Silvergate bank collapse had nothing to do with crypto, or very little. It was more of a traditional bank run that was actually a planned demolition, which is wild to hear from the government. But, respect people telling the truth.
Right. Now, John Collins said people aren't doing site-built homes anymore. Manufactured homes are booming in Atlanta because the price is right, of course. And this is also another reason why, shout out to Jay Waller, Justin Waller, this is why recently he just bought a bunch of trailer parks. Because when the economy gets really tough, if people have to move out of their houses or do things like that because of these payments, they end up going. So there's Section 8, and then there's houses just above Section 8, and then even higher houses from there. A lot of people who are up here will fall down. They're not falling into Section 8; they'll fall into the lower rungs right there. So there's a lot of people who are going to start heading into that, as well as when people start making more money in Section 8, they head into those homes as well. It's a good intermediate step.
And they become more reliant on government stimulus checks and shit like that.
Right. So there's a lot of that now and stuff. Shout out to Waller. That's why if you in real estate, if you can get into like trailer parks, man, you can make some serious money. That is that's cash flow heavy. Sort of.
Yeah. If it can be near like a place where a lot of people need to go for work as well, boom, even better.
No, definitely, man. Waller's going to make so damn much. That's right, because he listens to DCC and CC, baby. That's right. But outside of those very special deals and stuff, most people in real estate are getting destroyed right now. I mean, absolutely destroyed. So we are going to see more pain in the real estate market. But let's continue on. Let's watch the rest of the video and then go from there, okay?
Hi, Chair Powell. Brendan Peterson with Punchbowl News. I wanted to ask if the Fed takes into account at all the debt ceiling when it comes to quantitative tightening, given the fact that rapid or faster quantitative.
I just got to say one thing, though. He said Punchbowl Media.
Super serial.
Super serial, but I respect it. He asked probably one of the better questions that, like, this one dude at Punchbowl Media started all this shit.
He's like, I gotta make a career here. I'm gonna have some good questions.
Dude, that is crazy. Just like you asked some random question, and then literally Jerome Powell, like a month later, is being like brought up to the witch trial in Washington. Damn.
Hi, Chair Powell. Brendan Peterson with Punchbowl News. I wanted to ask if the Fed takes into account at all the debt ceiling when it comes to quantitative tightening, given the fact that rapid or faster quantitative tightening could bring us closer, faster to that drop dead debt ceiling deadline. Could it play an effect as we get closer to that drop dead deadline this summer?
It's very hard to think about all the different possible ramifications, and I think the answer is basically I don't think there's likely to be any important interaction between the two, because I believe Congress will wind up acting, and as it will and must in the end, to raise the debt ceiling in a way that doesn't risk, the progress we're making against inflation and the economy and the financial sector. I believe that will happen. I believe it will happen. We of course will monitor money market conditions carefully as the process moves on. For example, the Treasury General account will shrink down and then it will grow back up. And we understand there'll be lots of flows between there and the overnight repo facility and reserves. We understand all that. We're watching it carefully. We'll just be monitoring it.
Carefully. We're watching that carefully. That's about all.
Thank you, Chair.
He just said overnight. I haven't heard him say overnight repo markets in for
2019. What have I been saying all year? 2019 was last best time to buy Bitcoin. 2023 is the next best time to buy Bitcoin. And
you guys, now this isn't a conspiracy theory. I gotta be careful how I say this. I think the Android 19 thing that happened back in the day was real, but overblown.
Yep. Well, is an opportunity. Here's what it was, right? As an opportunity to take advantage of a crisis.
Right. Now, yeah, that's actually right. Yeah, correct. The reason the overnight repo markets exist is so basically banks can lend money to other banks over the weekend and stuff. So they can the way it works is like a lot of these banks are insolvent, but if they borrow enough money, they'll actually. And the reason that the reason that a lot of these banks are insolvent is because they sometimes lose money on bonds, because the majority of these banks buy a lot of U.S. Treasuries, a lot of debt, a lot of they borrow, they use a lot of different debt, but a lot of mortgage-backed securities and stuff like that. But I'm shocked people are even buying mortgage-backed securities. But I mean, at some point, there's only so many places you can put the money into. But they're buying 10-year mortgage-backed securities and stuff, and then sometimes, if with the increasing rates, these banks can be actually in the negative. So then what ends up happening is that then they borrow money from each other in order just to be worth at least $1. So then they get shut, so they can keep continuing operations on Monday. Then on Monday, then they can be negative for the whole week. But on Friday, they have to be worth over $1.